Well, the difference between doing voice for Call of Duty and, let's say, doing a character for the screen, um, you can get away with so much, because if this were a cinematic role, I would probably not be cast as Reznov. Well, certainly from the sketches of Reznov and having played the game, or my kids having played the game, he's a much bigger, physically he's much bigger than I am. So you can get away with a lot more. Hopefully, hopefully I've given him a big voice to match the physicality. Reznov is a tenacious individual. He's born to be a soldier. He's cunning. He's brave. He is strategic. He's like one of those people that you could imagine in a peacetime situation. You know, he'd be twiddling his thumbs. You know, I mean, he wouldn't really know what to do with himself. So he is very much every inch a soldier. Well, he very much lives for the moment, and. In this day and age, I guess you might say he's a bit of an adrenaline junkie, Reznov. But he's got a fire inside him, and is on the side of the just. You know, we see him do some crazy things, but but he's not. I don't think he's a sociopath or a psychopath in any way. He just knows the job in hand, and he gets the job done. Well, it's always nice to revise a role, and yeah, I feel kind of like I know him, and it's great to come back and meet everyone again. You know, like, we'll meet new people, but see some old faces, and it's kind of the Call of Duty thing has become a bit like, it's like a family, you know. It's really great to come back. It's like the sort of the COD family, you know. I've not done a Vietnam movie, so this is my Vietnam movie. Kind of, you know. Yeah, this takes it to a whole new level with the Black Ops, and it's a more sophisticated game, I think. It's a labyrinth of a story. I'm in it and doing it, and I'm even not sure the outcome. They try to explain it to me, and it's very, very. It's not confusing. It's just it's complex. But I think that the players are becoming more sophisticated at a young age, and I think that they demand more from the game. With this new Call of Duty, they've upped the ante, I think, in both the narrative, the story, and also the graphics. The little I've seen of it, it's advanced since the last one, and the story is, as I say, it's complex, but it's very compelling. I think it's great to be down in the jungle, But this has got twists and turns, and we're in Antarctica, and we're in the Gulag mining camp, and then we're in Vietnam. So I play it a bit. I'm not very good at these games, I have to admit. But my kids, like most kids who pick these games up, and they seem to understand. They just work it out. I guess I'm more famous, if that's the right word, for playing Reznov than I am for the Harry Potter movies, even Batman. Well, my kids love the fact that I'm associated with a video game, and this one in particular. It is such it has such notoriety. But in their peer group, it's like the king of games, and so to be associated with it and be part of it, and to play this character, it's a big thrill for them, and they're just, you know, in anticipation, waiting for this new one to come out. Well, actors more and more are doing these games, but there's always been a bit of a stigma, and I don't think that applies anymore. That it's all up for grabs, and it's work. And with something like Call of Duty, it has a prestige to it, a pedigree, and it's interesting work. I may have been one of the first, certainly, to sort of push the boat out a little there. And I think it helps because it influences what other actors do, because they get offered these things and they look and they think, well, you know, if Gary Oldman's doing it, you know, I think it can only help. I think it helps it, and more people will, more and more actors will be voicing these games.